You're supporting and you want to give credit to a dictator who's running an oligarchy? And you want me to give credit for Donald Trump for rolling out the red carpet for a man that's responsible for murdering hundreds of thousands of people? And you want me to give credit? Should we give Donald Trump credit for writing love letters to Kim Jong-un as well? You clown.
Yeah, I just, I've been listening to the show today, and especially what the last caller said. She said that nothing's going to happen because Zelensky wasn't brought to the table. Why was the criticism a couple months ago when Trump went with Zelensky that he couldn't bring Putin to the table, and now there's still criticism now that Putin's at the table? Okay, I guess I just kind of like, you're going to call names, but, I just think we need to give some credit.
I will only speak for myself. And I will say that I do not give Donald Trump any credit for coddling Vladimir Putin and rolling out the red carpet for him on American soil. No, I'm not going to give Donald Trump any credit. This is the guy who said the war would be over in 24 hours. He lied to the American people under false pretenses. We are no closer to ending the war now than when Donald Trump was in office on day one. So no, sir, with all due respect, I'm not giving Donald Trump any credit.
So you think we're objectively not at all closer?
Well, let's put it this way, sir. Let me ask you a question. Yesterday,
you said, hang on. You said that you don't think we're any way closer.
No, okay, hold on. Here's why I said that. Okay.
Sure.
Jerry, last night, the night before Vladimir Putin is meeting Donald Trump on American soil, Putin knows what Trump wants. He wants the war to end. So he claims there were airstrikes yesterday in Ukraine. And you want to ask me the question, do you think we're any closer? Does that not give you the answer? Every single time Donald Trump says, I think Putin wants peace, there's another airstrike where innocent women and children are dead. So why would you ask me that question?
Somebody to the table
last night, what do you mean to the table? What good does it do to bring somebody to the table when Donald Trump doesn't throw sanctions on Russia? Can you please tell me how Donald Trump has punished Vladimir Putin in the last 7 months? Tell me, other than
there's been no trade deals since he's taken office.
Give me a break. That's not a sanction. What has Russia given up? What has Donald Trump done to punish Vladimir Putin to say, I mean business, other than saying, well, we're going to extend the deadline up 50 days, 10 days.
Continue to give aid to Ukraine and bringing people to the table.
Joe Biden continued to give aid to the Ukraine, and people like you kept screaming against it. And bringing
I did not scream against it, actually. I like that we support our allies.
I'm glad.
I think we need to get our allies to get this war over.
You think giving up half of Ukraine is the way to do that?
You are more worried about the fact that Joe Biden called him a murderer.
Excuse me.
To the table.
Excuse me.
What
good does it do to bring somebody to the quote unquote table when you're going to coddle to an evil, murderous dictator? What good does it do to have a conversation with someone when you know nothing is going to come out of it other than Taco Trump bending knee for Vladimir Putin? Let's see. What's the alternative? I'll tell you what
the war.
No, I'll tell you. Would you like me to answer? Would you like me to answer your question? I'll tell you what the alternative is. Here's the alternative. Number one, give sanctions to Russia, punish Vladimir Putin, continue to support Ukraine, which Donald Trump has not done. In fact, in the last 7 months, he's called Ukraine and he's called Zelensky a dictator. He's never called Putin a dictator. He said that Zelensky and Ukraine was responsible for starting this war. He hasn't called out Vladimir Putin for who he is. That's number one. Number two, you cannot reward an evil, murderous dictator for invading our allies. That is what Donald Trump continues to suggest.
How's he rewarding it?
By giving up. Are you kidding me? Are you not paying attention to the news?
Reward? Where's the reward?
I'm going to answer. I can't believe you don't know the answer. It's giving up land. Donald Trump believes that Zelensky
has any land been given up?
Because Zelensky hasn't agreed to it. Do you not follow the news? Do you not? That's what Putin wants.
This is the first time they're sitting down. Hang on.
This is not the first time they're sitting down. They've had a number of conversations, and this is not the first time they've met. I have no idea what you're talking about.
United States.
Okay, well, you didn't just say that. What does it matter whether they meet in the United States or Russia or anywhere? This isn't the first time they've met.
I think
you're wrong.
There's a big difference between talking to someone over the phone and meeting someone in person.
Okay, well, I think there's a big difference between voting for someone that says he's going to end the war in 24 hours and then saying, hopefully I can make a deal.
Okay, get to your talking points.
Let me touch on one thing you said. I'm going to talk first, whether you like it or not. Okay? I'm going to put you on hold now. It is not a talking point when I say Donald Trump campaigned on the fact he would end the war in 24 hours. And I think idiots like you voted for him because of that. You see, sir, that's not a talking point. A talking point, or a lie in this case, is to convince people like you that he could have picked up the phone and could have ended the war in 24 hours. That's not a talking point. Okay. Do you understand what a talking point is? When you blame Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg and Barack Obama for everything. Example, when you bring up the Epstein files and Donald Trump says it was made up by Joe Biden and Barack Obama. You see, that's a talking point. Or when you say that Democrats and Joe Biden are responsible for all the crime in this country, or when a horrible jobs report comes out, the worst report in 5 years, and you call it fake, and you say it was made up, and then you fire the person that's responsible for putting out factual information. You see, those are talking points and lies. I'm bringing up the fact that Donald Trump ran on the fact that he was going to end this war in 24 hours. That is not a talking point. That's what he ran on. Just like in 2016, when he ran on the fact that I'm going to lock up Hillary Clinton and we're going to hire a special prosecutor. Was that a talking point? Was that a lie? Or when he said he was going to build a wall in Mexico, and Mexico was going to pay for it. Was that a talking point? Was that a lie? Every single day we hear talking points from the far right. So don't you say that I'm bringing up talking points because you don't want to admit that you voted for the guy who duped everybody like you into believing he would end the war in 24 hours. That's not a talking point. That's a fact that makes people like you look stupid.
Can I talk? Am I off hold?
Why don't you respond to what I just said? It's not a talking point.
Am I on hold? Am I on the air?
I'm talking to you, you clown. It's not a talk. By the way, guess what? We're on yeah, you don't like chats on the telephone. You don't think Donald Trump should be chatting with Vladimir Putin. So get the hell off my show then. You right-wing turd, you. That's a talking point. Donald Trump, that's a talking point. That's a talking point. Get the hell off my show. Oh, it's the first time he ever met with Putin. No, it's not. Oh, well, this is the first time he met on American soil. What does it matter? Let's give Donald Trump credit because he's sitting at the table. Oh, did you give Joe Biden credit for speaking to world leaders across the world? Did you give him credit for that? So we should give people credit for just having a meeting. And then when Donald Trump goes to Vladimir Zelensky and says, hey, this is what Putin wants. He wants half of Ukraine. We should give Donald Trump credit for that. When Zelensky says no, we should blame Zelensky. No, you're a clown, dude. You're an idiot. That's what you are. You're a clown. And you right-wing buffoons are the same. You are all the same. You call into the show and you want to give Donald Trump credit for doing nothing other than ruining this country, ruining our economy, putting the National Guard in D.C., when you see a jobs report that comes out or the inflation on the rise, it's all fake news. You're supporting and you want to give credit to a dictator who's running an oligarchy. And you want me to give credit for Donald Trump for rolling out the red carpet for a man that's responsible for murdering hundreds of thousands of people. And you want me to give credit. Should we give Donald Trump credit for writing love letters to Kim Jong-un as well? You clown. But I give you credit for, sir. I won't give Donald Trump credit, but I'm going to give you credit, Jerry. I'm going to give you credit for calling into this national show and exposing yourself for how stupid and ill-informed you are. I give you credit. There you go. I give credit where credit is due. Holy schmagoli. That's a great way to end the week of shows, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? My goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh.